To chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Open an ice cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
A 16-6 run for the Bucks has cut the deficit to 7 against a Utah team that has not trailed here tonight. They have an opportunity to cut in even further with the free throw coming on a technical from Jordan Clarkson just a couple moments ago. We're brought to you by Vizzy. You could drink normal hard seltzer, or you could try Vizzy, a delicious hard seltzer that has antioxidant vitamin C. Who doesn't like a little vitamin C? You talk about this Bucks team is it's going to be Grayson Allen trying to make amends for missing on a similar opportunity earlier in this game, and he'll hit the free throw as the Bucks will have the ball out of bounds. But last couple outings, Bucks offensive rating of 86 versus the Spurs in the rematch last time out, and they're 89 against Miami last week. Those were their two worst performances since the 2018-19 season, but I feel like we've seen a better unit here tonight in spite of the absences of all the starters.
Yeah, and it's not even about the percentages as it is the quality of looks, the movement with the basketball. You just see even on this possession, they had a little bit more movement.
Grayson Allen, however, on a contested shot from the left elbow, misses it off the window, and now going the other direction. It's Donovan Mitchell, a little stutter step, working around the defense from Connaughton. Nice move as he just managed to extend that arm long enough to get it outside the reach of Connaughton and lay it in. 92-84, that was the answer Utah was looking for right there. It's back to an 8-point lead for the Jazz. Giannis on the other side of things, left of the lane, feeds to Portis. Portis waited too long, and it allowed Gobert to step, actually Whiteside to step in there and block the shot. So used to saying Gobert blocked the shot, but Hassan Whiteside, he's been able to do it twice himself, leading the charge. And Mitchell bangs home a three on the other side of things as Donovan Mitchell just has all of a sudden inserted his signature right into the thick of this thing late with 5 straight points, and now we got to whistle an offensive foul going against the Bucks on the other side of things. So Milwaukee cut the deficit down to 6, but now Bobby Portis is going to get called for the charge as O'Neal was able to elicit the whistle. Portis is going to check out of this one. He's played 19 minutes here tonight. Just his second game back from an injury. Sat out last night in the loss against San Antonio. 95-84, Utah with the lead of the ball. Mitchell being defended by Robinson. Justin Robinson, the two-way man. What are they going to do when he has to go down? Playing with a Herdmore, has not started yet, so they have to worry about it. In the meantime, three-pointer from Bogdanovich misses. Rebound tapped at by O'Neal, but recovered in the corner by Robinson. Bucks are truly leaning on their two-way players with all the injuries right now. Robinson has the ball knocked away. Here comes Clarkson. What a diving effort from Robinson, but he couldn't secure it. Picked up by Clarkson the other way. He'll glide in and lay it in on a layup the other direction. And just like that, it is a 13-point lead again for Utah on a 7-0 run. Bucks had cut the deficit to 6. All of a sudden, it's amazing what a little injection of the spider will do to you.
Yeah, and it's been a couple of times now, Dave, this second half where Giannis has been playing the 5 and he's been guarding the screener on the pick and roll and hasn't stepped up. That's where Donovan Mitchell just knocked down that 3. You have to go over the screen, and that's where you're really missing Jrue Holiday. I keep talking about on those ball screen situations, if you're not going to switch that and immediately jump up on these guards who are capable at making those three-point shots, you have to get over the ball screen. No one does that better in the NBA than Jrue Holiday, using his strength and size to fight over ball screens.
And then the other part of it, Brook Lopez, the eraser on the inside, making up for mistakes when they do happen. I mean, your inside and your outside presence defensively. I mean, those guys are some of the best in the business, and it's, look, it's an uphill climb when you don't have them, as they have not, really, for the most part this season. Today's game against Utah is presented by Quick Trip. Stop by your local Quick Trip for a refreshing chocolate milk. We know Ben Bruss doesn't drink chocolate milk, but you can. The official chocolate milk of your Milwaukee Bucks.
So here's the thing. I do, but it just,
it doesn't
it's
agree
a
with
me
you.
issue. Yes, it's not.
You shouldn't, but you do.
Yes, exactly.
I think we got it.
No more elaboration.
No more details.
We'll give you details here on the game.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the BMO Bucks Radio Network. 97-84, Utah with a lead. Bucks with a basketball. Giannis out there along with Pat Connaughton, George Hill, Thanasis, and Justin Robinson. He's going to line up a three-pointer, but he missed it. Giannis has the rebound tipped back to him by his hustling brother, Thanasis. Now Giannis on the left side. He's being defended on the outside by O'Neal. Goes right by him and takes a shove, and that will be a foul on the floor with 1 second to shoot. So reset it to 14. And again, the Bucks have only attempted 6 free throws in this game. Giannis usually has that many and a half.
Shocked by Royce O'Neal actually acting like that might not have been a foul after the ticky-tack ones the Jazz have got.
Here's Giannis on the inbound pass. He goes up into the air, has the ball knocked away. Clarkson tips it to himself, and he will retrieve it right in front of the sideline on the near side. Now he throws on the Jets, takes off the other way, misses a little runner as it hangs on the rim. Giannis pulls down the rebound for the Bucks, going the other way. 3:40 to go now, fourth quarter. 97-84. Giannis pull up three, got it straight on.
If there's anything you can say is that he just does not care about whatever happens last, because it went from air ball to a transition pull up three with 4 seconds into the shot clock.
I think we were talking about it during a break, wondering why he takes some of the shots he does. I said confidence, one word. He has plenty of that. Confidence for the big man. Going the other way, speaking of confidence, Mitchell drives inside, has the ball knocked away, but it was a foul in the process. We're watching. Was good for Mitchell.
It just feels like you're really missing Drew Holiday when you think about even Jordan Clarkson. He started 1 of 8. He's now 6 of 17 for the game, so he's found a little in the second half, giving those bench points.
You wonder if we just saw the last of Giannis here tonight. He's played 34 minutes. That's 34 more than some folks would have even thought he was going to play tonight, given the circumstances, and trying to rest him a little bit. Mitchell's second free throw is good, and the lead is now 12 points for Utah. 3:13 to go. George Hill's taking it into the front court as he ushers it across the timeline. He's defended by Mitchell. Leans into Mitchell. Lost the basketball on the dribble, but it's scooped up by Thanasis. He's left of the lane before he passes out to Allen. Allen pulls up. Three-pointer. Bullseye. Grayson Allen sinks his 4th of the night. 4 of 8 from downtown for the former Duke Blue Devil. Grayson Allen in his first season with the Bucks. 7 straight games to begin his Bucks career in double-digit scoring. Ball going to be knocked away from Mitchell. Picked up by Thanasis, and he will attack the rack again the other way. He comes away thumping his chest after the dunk on the other side. Back to a 7-point game. There's plenty of time, but still 2.5 minutes to go in this one.
When you asked me if we'd see Giannis again, I said the only way it's going to happen is if they make a 3 or if they somehow cut this deficit.
Force that turnover and score quickly the other way. Thanasis was trying for another. Now they work it back out to Donovan Mitchell on the right wing. He's directing traffic, being defended by Hill on the right wing. Step back 3 on the way. That one misses front iron. Rebound pulled down by Thanasis, and the Bucks with a little glimmer of hope here. 2 minutes to go. Robinson feeds the open man. Three-pointer from Connaughton. Those have been the shots that have just eluded the Bucks here over the recent going. Open 3 would have cut it down to what could have been a 3-point game, but here's an offensive foul on the other side of the court going against Utah. Donovan Mitchell called for the foul, and it'll send it back to Milwaukee. Utah just doesn't want to get out of this thing without having to earn it.
And that's a shot from Pat Connaughton in the corner that we've seen him hit in huge spots in the playoffs last year. And he's
including
really
this
struggled.
year.
Yeah, no, I mean, this year he's hit big shots. But over the last couple games, he's really struggled to find a shot.
Yeah, he really has. In San Antonio, he hit a couple big ones late. Here's a catch-and-shoot 3 from Allen, and he zeroes in again. Another Coors Light 3 from Grayson Allen. It's a four-point game now. 99-95. Utah the other direction. 8-0 run since Giannis left the game, amazingly, in the last 3:14. 90 seconds to play now. Conley shovels the pass to the near side left, where O'Neal will give it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell's defended by Hill. Dribbles with the right hand. Attacks inside. Knifing his way through the lane as he lays it in off the window. Every time the Bucks have crept close It's been an answer from Donovan Mitchell, the key moment. 1:10 to go now, 6-point lead for the Jazz. Here's Hill attacking underneath, scoops the shot up, no good. Gobert blocks it out of bounds. Comes across the middle and swats that one away. Utah has now blocked 9 shots in this game. That's a season high. And if you're wondering, yeah, the goalkeeper himself, Rudy Gobert, has been in the middle of 4 of them. His 4th shot block right there, and a timeout is going to be used. Let's see, I think that is going to be the Bucks using their penultimate timeout with just 1 at their disposal the rest of the way with 1:05 to go. Ben, we talked about this game coming in. It felt uncomfortable knowing you were playing without Dante DiVincenzo, without Drew Holiday, without Brook Lopez, without Semi Ojeleye, and now without Rodney Hood.
We don't want to keep saying names, but it really has been the story.
You have to dig so deep to think all these names, but they're fighting hard.
100%, and I'm even trying to think in my brain as they call the timeout, and they only have 1 left. This is a 6-point game with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. What kind of look are they going to get? And are they going to? I see Thanasis is still sitting down. Typically, in a later season game, you put Bobby Portis back in the lineup. You put Giannis. I think maybe Giannis is coming back in, but I think you try and get Grayson Allen a look here, coming off some screens, and that's where I was like, if Bobby was more available, you have him set that screen, and he's the second option on a pop. So we'll see what sort of creativity Coach Budenholzer came up with in that timeout.
We will. He has had to really draw on all of his creativity of late with this team.
Like a hockey coach with these lineups.
Yeah, I mean, it is just mixing and matching any way he can. Inbound pass coming from the corner where Giannis will send it for the Bucks in the front court here as they move it ahead inside of 2 minutes. Giannis looking for a recipient.
5 seconds.
Oh, my, you didn't get it in time. How about that? 5-second call, and all that sense of hope is dashed on that one play. That's a big turnover out of a timeout, no less. Yikes. So here comes the inbound pass. It'll be sent in by O'Neal as he sends it to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell's at midcourt being defended tightly by Grayson Allen, dogging at him. Now it's Mitchell, the maestro of the offense, conducting things as he waves his hand, trying to set it up. He wants the ball in his hands, and he wants to milk that clock down with 7 to shoot. He attacks, and he does what he does best, right through the defense and kisses it in up close.
And you can't let him go to that strong side right hand. Giannis was helping on the left side.
Here's Allen on the other end of things, hands it out to Thanasis, puts up a contested 3, and that one is an air ball as it's going to miss out of bounds. And with 37 seconds left, I don't want to say it's over now, but it does appear that the Bucks' best hope, well, now they'll say it was touched by a Jazz player, so it'll go back to Milwaukee. 15 to shoot, so not quite done yet. Hill sends the inbound pass to Allen. Allen will pass it out. Thanasis from 3 by himself. Oh, it rims halfway through before it pops back out. The rebound will go to the Jazz, and now it is going to be Mitchell moving into the front court as he's at midcourt, going to use a timeout with 24.5 seconds to go in an 8-point game. We're getting there now, Ben Brust.
Yeah, and again, this is the second game in a row that we've seen the Milwaukee Bucks really not have a lead the entire game. And to your point, you talked about it earlier, I don't think they've led this entire game, which has been something that it's been hard to happen at Fiserv Forum.
Yeah, it's rarely happened. In fact, how rarely? It had never happened before last Wednesday. It's about to happen twice in 3 games for the Bucks. And yeah, I mean, the other thing we talked about last night in the San Antonio game was the fact that game was going to come down to who makes the big shots late.
Yeah.
And it was the Spurs that made the big shots, 2 big ones.
Keldon Johnson and DeJounte Murray just hit big threes, and tonight it's
you
been
saw
a lot
couple
of the
misses, and then tonight you see a couple misses from the Bucks again.
Totally, yeah. I mean, but ultimately in this fourth quarter, it's been Donovan Mitchell, it's been Jordan Clarkson, it's been those 2 main guards, and the combination, as you've talked about, Drew Holiday in the perimeter, and then having the fly swatter and just the guy who's going to take up space against a Rudy Gobert, and Giannis doesn't have to just continue to battle and battle and battle. I mean, he's at 34 minutes right now. He's still on the floor, which is interesting to me with an 8-point game, 24 seconds left here.
Yeah, a little surprising there for sure. It is going to be Utah ball as the Jazz will try to take this one to the finish line. A Utah team mentioned last team undefeated. They came into the weekend the number 1 team in offensive efficiency, the number 2 team in defensive efficiency. But keep in mind, early in the season, those numbers, you take it with a grain of salt. They had played against their first 4 opponents, the bottom 7 of the league in defensive efficiency the year before in OKC, Sacramento, and Houston. The Nuggets were the only team they had played prior to that was not one of those cellar dwellers, if you will, in terms of defense. So
yeah, and look, if you look at the statistics outside of the free throw line, the Bucks have done a good job. 12 of 37 from 3, and they were another team that it felt very similar to the Spurs game yesterday, where in the first quarter a lot of those threes were going down, and throughout the rest of the game, it really has done a nice job of containing them. But the Bucks rarely get outshot at the free throw line like this. They're 5 of 6 on tonight from the free throw line. 21 of 23 are the Jazz, 91%.
So it is going to be Utah ball out of bounds with 24.5 seconds left. I got Tom Hecker on when the last time the Bucks shot this few free throws. It has been a minute.
Well, let's put him to work. It's about time he did something for us.
He's going to try and dig that one up for us. Man, I'll tell you what. I sense a little like tension between you and Tom Hecker. Is there anything to that?
No, none at all. I just like giving him a little stuff.
Okay, all right. Here comes the inbound pass to Conley. Conley's in the backcourt where he is swarmed by Bucks defenders. He'll be fouled with 19.9 seconds left. Grayson Allen. The culprit here is team's 4th foul, so they are not in the penalty yet. Although Conley was going to the line, not yet. Got to do it again.
The shot clock's turned off now.
So it will be O'Neal to inbound. He's defended by that long reach of Giannis. Sends it into Conley. Conley gets away from the defenders initially. Now he'll get raked across the shoulder by Connaughton, and now he'll get his chance at those free throws. 5th team foul for the Bucks. They are into the penalty, and Conley will step to the line. 5 of 6 this season. How about this for Mike Conley? In his 14th year in the league a season ago, a first-time All-Star.
Yeah, and he actually was really one of the first players who signed one of those massive deals. It was like a 5-year, $150 million deal. A lot of people were surprised by, but it really started paving the way for these really big contracts. And to me, I think he's earned every penny of it. He's been, a part of this, core of Donovan Mitchell, really helping him grow.